Welcome back. Today, we're diving into something really fascinating. This idea that you can literally become the programmer of your own biology. We're going to break down exactly how to rewrite the code you've inherited from your family's past.
You know that feeling? A sense that you're carrying around emotional baggage, or maybe stress reactions that just don't quite feel like they're yours. It's almost like an echo from a previous generation playing out in your life today.
And that is the core message here. Look, you may have inherited a certain biological story, but you, and only you, have the power, the agency to write the next chapter. So the big question is, how do we actually pick up that pen?
Okay, so let's get into it. There's this popular idea out there that ancestral trauma is stored in our mitochondria, the power plants of our cells. And while mitochondria are sensitive to stress, the real story is actually a bit different, and honestly, it's way more empowering. The science points to something called epigenetics. Think of epigenetics like a layer of instructions on top of your DNA. It's like your genes are the hardware and epigenetics are the software. Now, trauma and stress from past generations can leave these little chemical sticky notes on your genes, basically telling your nervous system to be on high alert, to jump into survival mode. But, and this is the game changer, these markers are not permanent.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. Whatever was programmed by the stress of your ancestors can be deprogrammed by you. Through focused intention, new beliefs, you can actively change how your genes are expressed. You're not just stuck running old software, you can write a brand new program. So how do we actually do it? Well, we're going to walk through a really clear 3-step blueprint for this whole reprogramming process. First, we're going to learn to observe the inner static. Second, we'll get to work rewriting the code. And finally, we'll synchronize the entire system. Ready?
All right, let's start with step 1, observing the noise. This is all about becoming aware of your internal landscape, your personal operating system, but without getting totally lost in it. Now, I love this metaphor from ML Kersey's interface concept. Imagine for a second that you've got 3 radios playing inside you, all at the same time. One is tuned to your emotions, your heart. Another is tuned to logic, your mind. And the third is tuned to that deeper subconscious awareness. A lot of the time, that anxiety or stress we feel is just static from an old inherited frequency playing on one of those radios. So the goal here is pretty simple, but it's profound. Learn to observe the static instead of absorbing it. So when a wave of anxiety hits, you can actually learn to step back and ask, wait a minute, is this mine? Or is this just old code running? When you start to see it as just information, not your absolute truth, you take all its power away.
This flows perfectly into step 2, rewrite the code. So now we're going to go from being a passive observer to an active creator, tapping into the brain's incredible ability to change itself.
Our brains are basically wired with these neurological highways, right? Inherited stress patterns create these really well-worn pathways for fight or flight reactions. So the key to rewriting all this is to use a powerful, positive desire, a really strong feeling as the fuel to pave a brand new, super fast highway towards a state of calm or safety or power.
Okay, here's a super practical technique from NextGen NLP called anchoring. Try this. First, recall or even just imagine a moment where you felt completely safe or powerful or loved. Got it? Now, in your mind, make that image bigger. Make it brighter, more vivid. Really turn up the volume on those positive feelings. And right when that feeling is at its peak, create a physical anchor, something simple like pressing your thumb and forefinger together. If you repeat this, you build a direct trigger to that state of calm whenever you need it.
And that brings us to our final step, step 3. Synchronize your system. This is where we take that new code we've written and we integrate it deep into our hardware, creating this state of ultimate alignment called the coherent nexus. It's such a simple idea, but it's incredibly powerful. Your breath is the remote control for your autonomic nervous system. It is the most direct tool you have to switch from a state of stress to one of coherence and recovery.
And the command couldn't be simpler. A rhythmic, balanced breath. Just breathing in for 5 seconds, and then out for 5 seconds, and imagining that breath flowing right through your heart area. That simple rhythm has been scientifically shown to bring your heart and brain into a synchronized, coherent state.
And this just brilliantly illustrates what's happening inside your body when you do that.
When you enter this coherent state, the entire biochemistry of your body literally changes. The production of the stress hormone cortisol plummets, while the vitality hormone DHEA increases. Your heart and brain are in perfect sync. This is you upgrading your own hardware from the inside out. It's amazing.
So let's just recap the whole blueprint. Step 1, you observe the noise, so you can tell the difference between it and your true self. Step 2, you rewrite the code by creating new, powerful neural pathways. And finally, step 3, you synchronize your entire biology with coherent breathing to lock those changes in for good.
Ultimately, this whole process is about recognizing that you are not just a product of your past. You are the architect of your future. You're holding the blueprints to your own inner world. The foundation is there. Now it's time to build.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Looking at your own patterns, your own reactions, what's one single piece of old inherited code that you are ready to delete and rewrite starting right now? The pen is in your hand.